Tonight, federal funding powering up the Peach State, a new grant hand-delivered by the Biden administration. U.S. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm visiting Georgia Tech to make the big announcement. Atlanta News First political reporter Doug Reardon tells us where the money is headed.
U.S. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm announced from the campus of Georgia Tech on Thursday that the school, along with Atlanta, Decatur, and Savannah, would share a grant to bring Georgia into the future. 40 cities and schools around the nation learned the same today. They will get $500,000 each to plan for a clean or renewable energy project that they get to choose.
We wanted to give them a chance to design what they see as an energy future and have it be from the bottom up.
The whole idea is to create a project that will reach those most in need, getting residents' input the whole time. It could be community solar panels, green upgrades to the city's buildings. Or it could be more of these, electric vehicle chargers. Georgia is a leader in EV production, but whenever we talk to drivers, they simply tell us there aren't enough of these to go around. And once all 40 groups have submitted their ideas, some of them will get another round of funding to actually carry out the plan. Granholm was joined Thursday by Georgia Congresswoman Nikema Williams and Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens, himself a Georgia Tech graduate with a degree in chemical engineering.
What Atlanta, Decatur, and Savannah will do together is to be able to bring about, opportunities for safer and lower cost energy solutions for our families, our residents.
All of these grants are focused on what the community needs and wants and not coming from the top down.
Doug Reardon, Atlanta News First.